All right, welcome. Welcome everybody to Facebook Live. Welcome to the recording. This is Monica, Empower Your Health, Empower Your Life TV. Wow, so drop us comments, tell us where you are watching from, because we have a very special guest today. And I just want to express my gratitude for everybody. I want to tell you how privileged and happy I am to see you here. Thank you so much for being here, watching our interviews. What we do is we invite powerful leaders, change makers, community builders, healers, people with real powerful message who bring light, joy, wisdom, and healing to this world. So this platform, Empower Your Health, Empower Your Life TV, is solely dedicated to building an environment, building a showcase for those powerful individuals who change our lives and who change our world for the better. So your presence and you listening and you sharing with us, it's the part of the puzzle. We need you here. And thank you so much from your heart. And I so appreciate your time and your energy. Let's build a better world together. So today we have a very special guest who is going to tell her story and inspire you, empower you, and is going to bring a lot of light into your day. No matter what's happening around us, we always can generate that light. So please join us. And without much further ado, I'm going to introduce Orly Shamir. How are you, Orly? How is it going?
Hi, everybody. So I'm doing really well. There's a lot going on, obviously, out there in the world, but I send everybody lots of positive healing and energy. I've been working hard on bringing my vision forward to the world.
Wow. Thank you so much, Orly, and just wanted to express my huge gratitude for you. I am especially grateful for having connected with you and having listened to your story a bit and having seen the work you do and your strength and your power that you have to overcome any obstacles and actually bring your light and bring your message to the world and bring you healing. So I cannot wait to hear from you today and hear your story. So again, thank you so much from my heart, and let's get it rolling. So Orly, well, let's get it started and tell us where you're from and what brings you to the show today.
All right, Monica, first of all, I have to say happy birthday to you, Monica.
Thank you.
I currently live in South Florida, in Hollywood, Florida. I just moved here. My husband and I moved from Canada a year and a half ago. I was born in Montreal and lived in Toronto for about 30 years. And that's where I have brought up my 3 children. They're not really that little anymore. My youngest is 20. And I have a 25-year-old and a 28-year-old that I'm very incredibly proud of.
Beautiful. So I cannot wait to hear. Tell us more about what are you doing right now?
Whew, what am I not doing? Since moving here to Florida, I made a decision to follow my dreams and passion, and I left the corporate world. I've always been involved in advocacy. I've always been involved in speaking and educating, bringing forward my stories, my vision. I'm visually impaired. I have a retinal degenerative condition that I've had all of my life. As a young person, I was able to see some, but now it's deteriorated and I just have light perception. And what I'm working on now is bringing my vision, my light forward to the world in order to empower, to show people that change is truly possible, because it really is. My background is or what I'm trying to do now that I just finished culinary school. So that's one thing I did since moving here to Florida, and just graduated in January. And I'm very proud about that accomplishment, because I was told by many that how could someone who has no vision through the eyes accomplish such a thing of culinary school. And cooking has always been my passion personally in life. I just took it to the next level and never thought I would bring my culinary skills and my love of food um, to my platform of wanting to speak and motivate others. But it's coming together. What I've been currently working on is doing different videos and creating my YouTube channel. And I want to inspire others through foods of all over the world, more nutrition brought into our lives, more healthier choices.
Hi, Orly. I think we lost you for a minute. Are you there? Sorry, you guys. We're just going to reconnect with Orly. You know, technology is not always super helpful to us. Usually it is, but give us a minute. I'm sure we're going to be back online in 1 second. So we lost Orly for a minute. I know we're gonna get her back in just a second. We'll drop us some questions in the meantime as we are waiting, because I know that you may have many questions for Orly. She is an amazing cook, but she's also an amazing healer, and she will be telling us today about how she combines those two passions and what she does for her community. So if you have any questions, if you want to drop them in, she will be responding. I know she will get it back in touch with you. So give us a minute. We're going to be back online in just a second. Here we go. We don't hear you yet, but I know we will in just... Hi, well, we lost you for a minute here, but you're back. You see, this is the power of us human beings working with technology. We maybe have some challenges, but when we come back, and we come back with double strength, how about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
I apologize. I have no idea what happened, but here I am.
Rolling with the punches. How about that? Super. Thank you guys for your patience. So Orly, wow,
Yes.
thanks for sharing. I appreciate you sharing, and you know, the resilience that comes through you, and that creativity and spirit of service. This is what I so admire about you. And
Thank you.
yes, and tell us how did it all start? What's your background?
Woo, okay. Well, I've always been a go-getter all of my life, and I'm human, so I've had challenges to overcome, and I've thrived and grown through them all. I want to bring, like I was saying, food from all over the world, and my family's from Morocco, so a lot of my culinary dishes and aspirations are from the Middle East and Israel. A lot of flavor in my foods, so I want to bring foods from all over the world, nutritious options that we can all thrive, mind and body. I want to bring my recipes of success, because a lot of us come from various struggles, and mine personally that I want to help others with is opiate addiction, and that's been a struggle felt all over the world. It was a difficult addiction to beat. It was challenging, but it is totally possible, because here I am. And I want to share how I went through so many years of opiate addiction. And it all started from a doctor's prescription for a legitimate reason. And now, because so many are struggling with all types of addiction, I want to bring forward my messages and empower others through food, through my stories, and everything else I can offer. At that same time that I struggled with prescription opiate addiction, I went through domestic abuse and made poor choices, and my health suffered. And I want to be that light and helping others not suffer. And we all have dark moments, and the efforts I made, and it's taken some time over, years to implement all the changes. But I want to empower others to knowing that that's possible for them.
Beautiful. Wow. Your story is not only powerful, it's also touching. And I know your name signifies light, right? So you bring light to darkness. So tell us, how did you overcome the addiction?
First of all, it took 3 attempts, and it took 3 years, at least 3 years, because my intentions were always to stop. I always had that inner voice that sometimes I ignored. And then when I put my mind to it, I did everything in my power to move forward. And it wasn't an easy process. Those 3 times, the first 2 times, the reason I went back is because I gave it months and months of effort and work and feeling sick and eating healthy and implementing so many things that, again, at that time I fell. I gave up because it seemed so insurmountable and so hard. But again, it doesn't matter how many times I fell, how many times I made a bad choice. I just kept getting up, and that's key, is perseverance. I did a lot, not only, of course, food choices, because I wanted to strengthen my body and my mind, because our stomach is our second brain. I implemented all kinds of strategies, from yoga, meditation, exercise. I started going into infrared saunas every day to cleanse and detoxify my body. I started doing colonic treatments, and I'm not sure if all the viewers know what colonics are. However, it is, if you choose the right method of colonics, it's powerful. It's what helped me, because it cleared my system from all the stuff I put in it. And when you put substance in your body, it's absorbed by your organs, by everything in your body. It's a lot of effort to get it out, because if you sit there and you're trying to detoxify without implementing a lot of these other strategies, you feel so sick, you feel drained, you feel mentally that you can't do it. You feel weak. And I decided to embark on implementing many strategies to try to strengthen my mind and body as quickly as possible, because when you're recovering from any addiction, it takes time. Opiate addiction is so serious. It affects you psychologically. It affects you mentally and physically. You're no longer that person. I wasn't Orly. I wasn't me. I didn't feel like me. And my will was out the window and strength. So I wanted to do everything, because it took a good year, and it does take a good year for all those side effects and symptoms to really dissipate and ease. And I guess it truly is. It's cliche, but third time's a charm. The third time it worked, and I never looked back. Since then, I've had to have surgeries for various reasons, and I was fearing, because what do they do when you're in pain? Well, here, have a Percocet, have an OxyContin. And I feared it because of these surgeries, legitimate pain. But my strength prevailed, and it takes strength. It takes courage, and it is totally possible.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. It's a very deep journey, Orly, and I see so many different elements in that, where there's perseverance, there's patience, there's always getting up. No matter how many times you fall, you get up. And I know that from all that experience, and also from all the I would say experimenting, because you used food, you used colonics, you used detoxification, you used what I imagine spiritual practice, or really working on your own deeply with yourself, with the depth of what addiction means, and using all that broad experience right now to help others. And I know that your project is all about serving, and it's all about bringing that light into the world, but you also have the ability to help others because you went through all that. So you have the tools and the skills. So it's not just the pure inspiration, it's actually being able to guide everyone who needs that and who's open to it through the process. So tell us more about the process. How do you serve right now?
I want to emphasize that, of course, I had some medical support, but I also tapped into different approaches in the natural world. And I mean, supplements. Of course, I said I did yoga and meditations. I went to a program. I went to several retreats that were holistic retreats. And I also did a program called Beyond Addiction. And that was very powerful, because that program was implementing Kundalini yoga and addictions. So that was very powerful. So there's a lot I did. It's a journey. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, even though I begged it to. It's not that I sat there and I said, oh, please stop. I wanted it to happen fast, but that's not realistic. And we have to put realistic expectations of ourselves, and be patient with ourselves to go through that process and journey to come to at least where I'm at now. I've changed my life. I'm in Florida. That's been a long time dream. I went to culinary school. I'm living my life finally, and living it the way I was meant to, and the way my soul has been guiding me to live. And it comes with making a lot of difficult decisions and choices. Like I said, also back then, I was in a very challenging domestic situation. Without going into so many details, I did what many women did. I stayed. I tried to help my spouse heal and get better and seek help. But then I made a difficult decision. I took my three back then young children. As a woman, that's challenging, but as a visually impaired woman, it added another component to the whole process. I took my children and I went to a women's shelter, and that was scary. So there's a lot of things I had to do and decisions I had to make in order to creating change. It doesn't just happen.
Mm-hmm. Right. The change doesn't just happen. You have to put your energy into it. So tell us more about how do you use all those experiences and that power and that strength that you've gained right now to be helping others and to be serving. What is your mission?
Well, first of all, I started slowly doing some cooking videos, and I want to inspire people through food, but also through my stories and my recipe of life and success. So I started a YouTube channel. As well, I just launched a couple of days ago my own website, and it's called Nourished by Light, which has a lot of powerful meaning for me because my name means my light. I want to nourish people's lives through me. I want to bring light into their lives. I want to bring guest speakers. I'm creating a cooking show, cooking series, and I'd like to also incorporate developing an accessible app that will offer recipes, that will offer inspiration and storytelling, that will offer guest speakers coming in. I'm going to invite nutritionists, health coaches, physicians, people that are battling addictions or recovering from addictions. Lots of guest speakers, lots of amazing content and input from people all over the world to share my messages. And again, addiction could be anything. It's not just opiate addiction. It's not just drugs or alcohol. There's so many things that my cooking series will empower. So many people it can empower. I just yesterday put through an application for it's called the Holman's Prize. And I just put through my application, my submission, and posted a cooking video. And I'm getting people to like the video on YouTube so it could empower, it could empower others, but also strengthen my application for some funding. And that funding will allow me to move my vision forward and creating a production of these video series, cooking video. I need help with production. I need help with filming. There's so many things I would love to do, but need the support. And that's why I'm seeking funding to move my vision forward through these cooking shows.
Congratulations for your website, for the hard work you've been putting in. It's incredible. I mean, so many different aspects to your work, the app, the website, actually getting the cooking show on. You guys, this takes energy. It's not just happening without work. I want to acknowledge that so deeply about you, that you have that strength and that resilience and that drive. And what I'm asking myself, so I'm really curious, or I'm actually really, I want to hear about more. How do you see food as medicine? What's the importance of food?
Well, food is our fuel. It's our gasoline. If you put foods in your body that aren't so good for you, well, your engine is gonna, not just halt. It's going to slow down. It's going to be sluggish. So I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I believe in moderation of all foods. I don't eat as much red meat now because every time I go back and try it, I feel sluggish. I feel tired. And I'm not able to accomplish what I need to in the course of the day. I need energy to creating and moving forward in my life and creating what I'm creating. So choices, of course, fruits and vegetables are so important to us. And every time I stick to eating better, making proper choices, I feel better. And I've done things like juicing. I have a cold press juicer and I love it. I make smoothies every morning and I incorporate fresh fruits and vegetables. I incorporate superfoods and healthy sources of protein, and healthy fats. That's important. Avocados, healthy fats are actually really good for us. It's not good to cut it out of our diet, because it nourishes our organs, our brain, which is it needs that kind of fuel, you know. Omega-3 fats. My signature dish, because of my mom, is Moroccan salmon. And there's so many benefits of clean sourced salmon. Of course, I try to eat things that are not packaged foods. I definitely look at options of where things are sourced, if it's my fish or chicken. So I'm incorporating these things because I need the energy. And there's days sometimes I don't. We're all human. But what's changed is that I give myself permission and I say, Orly, it's okay today. You know, you're just having a tired day or whatever. You're just not at your best, and it's okay. I'm not hard on myself as I used to be. I forgive myself and I just go with the flow and just relax. One thing I want to say, Monica, and everybody out there, is what I've discovered is every time I resist and I push and I don't surrender, that's when I fall, and that's when it's hard. When I surrender and I just let go, oh, not only do I feel physically and emotionally more relaxed, but that's when things start happening without resistance. Just surrender and things do come.
There's a powerful force in surrendering because, and I think today, like, it's probably even more in our face. We cannot control reality. We cannot control what's going on, but we can have an impact. And we can, not by struggling and fighting, but by surrendering to what's around us and finding where's the source of nutrition, right? Because there's always source of nutrition somewhere for us, and we just make choices and we follow the light, we follow the heart. And people like Orly are the light bearers to my mind, you know, showing the way, because she went through all of that on her own without much help. But as what I'm getting is just by surrendering to reality as it is, and then taking steps forward. This is how you win. This is how you overcome, and then it's how you're showing the way for others. So you are a huge resource for our community. I want to acknowledge that and just thank you for being here with us. And I love the vision of food. Of it's not just eating and you know, like, it's not just getting the fuel. It's actually getting something that's beautiful and that's nourishing and that actually makes us feel more human in many ways, because we interact with the natural world that way and interact with the richness that's all around us. So this is what kind of struck me as I was listening to your voice and just your energy just being so just full of trust and surrender. So thank you for that, bringing that energy into our life, into our world these days. I really, really want to appreciate it from my heart. And so tell us, you know, there's so many things on your plate, so to say. Tell us, in your biggest imagination, if your dreams were to come true and you were just, you know, if it's all we're going to manifest, where do you see yourself?
Oh, wow. For years, I've had this vision in my heart, in my soul. And I just want to emphasize that there is a lot going on out there in the world. And it's not that I'm blinding myself and shutting myself down to what's happening and doing what is necessary, taking precautions with this virus, the coronavirus. But what I'm not allowing it to do is control me and weigh me down and change my spirit. And it's not disempowering me. What I would like to bring forward to the world and move it forward, no matter what's going on around me, because it could be chaos, but we just have to keep focused. And what I envision is, one, this cooking series taking off and helping people from all over the world, creating that app that's going to be accessible to all, empowering women, people in the disabled community, empowering anybody that it could touch. And after I've created this, my vision is to be up there on stage, cooking, talking, interacting, and supporting others in their journey, and creating a platform where I'm traveling and I'm out there speaking. Another thing that I am going to incorporate, I only have 24 hours in a day, but one of my offerings to um, is to offer a personal chef experience. However, with a huge twist, it's going to be a multi-sensory, interactive, fun, dynamic, and educational dining in the dark experience. So I'm looking to design it. I'm looking to cook and create all the various courses to walk a group of people, if it's in their home, place of business, at an event, at a conference, and walking them through this experience, because it's not just about, getting a sense of what it's like to not see through the eyes. That is I want others to start realizing that there's so much they can gain and so much focus through their other senses, and information and experience through their other senses, such as texture and feel and touch and smells. And I want people to start eating more mindfully. Like, yes, we have to eat, but why don't we sit down and enjoy the experience of what we are eating in the moment? So I want to incorporate so much into that experience. And again, because I've traveled the world, I have no fear of travel as a blind individual. I see myself doing all these things all over the world. Wherever you want me, I'll be there.
Wow, what an amazing vision. Dining in the dark. Wow. Just this is when I've learned about it the first time, I was like, wow, that is something else. And wow, so how do you see that experience traveling all over the world with this gift? How do you see it changing the world?
I want others to see that anything is possible. There's so many people that either have a visible or invisible disability, or so-called no disability, but they feel so disempowered. They feel so stuck in their box, in their home. There's so many things that they feel they can't do. And I will tell you, for me, all my limitations came from the head.
Mhm.
It was my brain tricking me and disempowered me. And it does come from our thoughts. I want to show people that if there's something that's so meaningful for you to do in life, to accomplish, that it's really possible, but you have to let go of some of those limiting beliefs and those fears, go into the heart and make it happen step by step. It's possible. So, maybe someone will say, oh my God, Orly, you went to culinary school. How do you chop? How do you do this? Oh my God, how do you want to travel? How do you deal with airports, meeting new people, being in strange environments? And this is something that I enjoy doing. So it's not these limiting beliefs that I can't do it, because they're not standing in my way. And if anything stands in my way, it all starts from my thoughts. And that's where I put those thoughts to rest, and I still move forward of living life that's meaningful for me. And I want to show that to others. I really do.
Enjoying your challenges, enjoying traveling and cooking, not cutting your fingers off. Wow. But educate us a little bit, because I think a lot of people don't really know. Like, what are the challenges is being visually impaired? Like, where do you see the challenges, or in any other area right now with all your projects?
Um, Honestly, when I was in culinary school, my class and my teacher, we were about 16 in a big commercial kitchen. They were cutting themselves, burning.
Oh
I,
my God.
I never did. I mean, because I'm so careful, and I'm focused on my other senses. So I started saying to everybody in the class, yelling out in front of everybody, I said, man, you know, the kitchen's a dangerous place for you sighted people. and, and it's true. Maybe for me, I mean, yeah, I've burnt myself. Accidents happen. But I think because I've focused on so many, using all my other senses, and also incorporating certain strategies that help me function, because I can't see through the eyes. However, I can develop other skills and strategies in order to accomplish these things. I could do everything other than driving a vehicle for now on a road or a highway. There's nothing I can't do. There's nothing we all can't do if we put our minds to it. Maybe for others, traveling, doing what I love to do isn't for them. What I want to show people is start living your life with what's meaningful for you, and getting away from those limiting beliefs that you cannot do it. Whatever that looks like, whatever is meaningful. Um, and also another thing, I just popped in my head, another thing that I did, I don't want others to do it, but in school, everybody was crying because they were chopping onions. I went to plant-based culinary school, and onions and garlic are in the base of many, many recipes. And I would be chopping away, and they're all crying and moaning and oohing and and tearing. And here I had my eyes closed, and I was chopping away. Never, it didn't bother me. Uh, so, so no matter what we struggle with in life, for me, it's pretty obvious. It's my vision. Um, we all have to put strategies and put tools in place to accomplishing things. And it's possible. And you know, I have my children that have ADHD, and they're on the high functioning on the autism spectrum. And I was their number one advocator. And what we do is we just implement strategies and tools to help them focus, memory. You know, you write things down. There's so many tools at our disposal this day and age, that whatever we struggle with, there's always a way to making it happen.
Wow. Wow. You know, we all have challenges, but you know, the more challenges you have, the more tools you develop if you want, if you put your mind into it, you know, just you don't have to cry when you're chopping onions. You can actually enjoy it, right? So just get that. If you don't get anything else, just remember that message, you know, when you next time you're chopping onions, just like, hey, I'm gonna laugh. I'm not gonna cry. Well, Orly, you're a light of inspiration. That's what you are. It's amazing. So I know you are developing a million of different wonderful projects, your website, your app, your dining in the dark experience, your traveling that you're seeing yourself in the future to do. So what can you tell us how people can get in touch with you? How do you have anything to offer right now that you would like to share with our viewers that they could benefit from?
Absolutely, Monica. Well, like I said, my website was just launched. It's still being added to and developed. And it's called nourishedbylight.com. Nourishedbylight.com. My YouTube channel is brand spanking new too. I've been adding videos, and my Holman's pitch was just uploaded onto YouTube last night. And again, on YouTube, it's Nourished by Light. Please support me in getting my vision out there in order to trickle out in the world, and for me to have the ability to impact everybody out there through my vision. And like my Holman's video, it's just a minute and a half long. Like the video to strengthen my application for some funding, and share it. Share it with your ecosystems out there. And others can come to my YouTube channel if people would like to sign up to my channel, because it'll be developed as I go along. and just like that video that I posted last night. So again, Nourished by Light on YouTube, nourishedbylight.com is my website. And my email address, anybody can reach out. And if anybody even needs some help or support or direction, I'd be glad to be there. It's Orly, my first name, ORLY, my light, LIGHT.com.
Mhm. Wow, beautiful. So, Orly, and I want to ask you, is it okay if anybody's struggling and can see themselves in your struggle? Is it okay for them to reach out and see, how you could support them?
Absolutely. Oh, I'd be very, very happy to. I'm also getting in touch with health coaches, a nutritionist. They're endorsing my work, and yeah, because there's so much we can all do for one another in supporting change in the state of this world, and that's what I'm here to do.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for thank you for sharing your vision. Thank you for sharing your light. Thank you for being so vulnerable and actually telling us your story. That wasn't always a story of just bright and successes. It was just a story actually of creating yourself as a warrior, as a spirit, as a strength that guides us all too. And um, you have so much, you give us so much inspiration. So if you were to leave us with something, if you would want to give something to our listeners and our viewers today that you want them to take from this interview, what would that be?
Just to give yourself permission and surrender to the moment. Give yourself some love and some nourishment and just take care of yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, and then empower yourself to taking the necessary steps in finding your light and your strength in accomplishing whatever that is in your world, whatever that looks like, because it is possible. And never give up, because it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it matters how many times you get up and move forward. And anything is possible. Just keep trying and seek the supports, seek some guidance. If it's through food, if it's through inspiration, through classes, teachings, just go out there and find what works for you.
Well, Orly, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your light, for sharing your story, for giving us all those different perspectives. And it's a different perspective, I think, where you're coming from many people, and just being here and showing where you got from where you were. This is huge because people can see themselves in you, and if they are struggling, if any one of you is struggling, you can see that change is possible through Orly's story and how she brought her light into life. So this is incredible to have you here, and I want to thank you not just for being here in the interview, but just for being here on this planet and helping us all. So, and nourishing us with your food and your light. And thank you all for being here on this live and listening to the recording and watching the recording. I'm very full of gratitude for your participation and for your interest. I know there's a lot out there, but we all are supporting each other, and I think that the more light we can bring out and the more sharing we can do, the more supportive and the more empowering we become. So this is what we're here for. Empower Your Life, Empower Your Health, Empower Your Life TV is here to show that we can empower each other. We don't have to be any sort of special people. We can just be shooting videos from home and sharing and creating this ecosystem of mutual inspiration, support, empowerment, of sharing skills and tools. And we are in it together. We are on this planet together, and we are creating this planet as we go. We are choosing where we want to end and where we want to take it. And we are choosing what's the next step we want to take. So we always have a choice, and we always have a choice to get up no matter how many times we fall down. So if we're feeling now, right now, like we're on the floor and it's hard to get up, know that there's always a way, and you can always reach out your hand and somebody will help and pick you up, right? And this is why we're here for. So thank you, my immense gratitude. Thank you so much again. Please reach out to Orly, nourishedbylight.com. Check out her website. Please like her YouTube video to support her application for this very important prize, because this is only going to bring more light and more good to the world. So we so appreciate you. And we're going to be back. We're going to be back with Empower Your Health, Empower Your Life TV, with more amazing interviews with amazing, amazing people. And until then, have a beautiful day. Do something gorgeous for your spirit and for your body. And we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.